Every time I come to O'Connor House, I have a sense of awe. Every time we welcome members of the legislature, they are in awe that they are standing in the home of Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. There's a reverence, there is joy, and there is a feeling of goodness and what the best that our nation has to offer. I'm Sarah Suggs, President and CEO of the Sandra Day O'Connor Institute. We were founded in 2009 by Justice O'Connor after her retirement from the Supreme Court. And we have 3 areas of focus that really embody the life work of Justice O'Connor, which include civil discourse, civic engagement, and civics education. The house itself was, of course, built by Sandra Day and John O'Connor in the 1950s with the help of an adobe artisan, George Ellis, an architect who had studied under Frank Lloyd Wright. Leaders in the valley learned that the home was scheduled for demolition. And of course, that was absolutely intolerable as a concept because it was an historic home for many, many reasons. So those leaders started fundraising. And over the course of a few years and a few $1 million, they were able to bring in experts on moving an adobe home. In about 3 years, more or less, it was finally relocated to this beautiful location that is reminiscent of the desert landscape that they had originally.
I'm Janie Ellis, and I was the project manager for the deconstruction and reconstruction of the Sandra Day O'Connor house. We weren't sure how big the house would be, if it would shrink or expand in the move. So one of the things we really needed to do was get the roof in place before we put the walls up. So we jacked the roof up into the air and then built the walls underneath so that it all matched up the way it started out. Never been done before. It was a total experiment. This is the main house that Justice O'Connor and her husband raised the 3 children in. And I always kid and say that people who were raised in adobe houses have higher IQs. And Justice O'Connor always laughs, but she does agree with me. I think the house is a really piece of great architecture and history for Arizona. And I think it's going to serve a role in Arizona's future.
Justice O'Connor conducted herself in such a way that was so exemplary and a statesman, if you will. So it's important that this house endures. It's important that we continue to teach the generations of young people who will follow decades, if not centuries, about Sandra Day O'Connor and her historic role in our nation's history.
There's so many good things to eat here. They have pickled vegetables and jams.
And cookies.
Yes.
Hey, if you want good things to eat, you go to a farm store. But if you want good things to watch,
you watch Su Vida, so hit that subscribe button. But before you do, make sure you get a cookie.
there's not enough cookies for both of us, Vanessa.
Really? There's 4 there.
Yeah, there's not enough cookies for both of us.
Hit the subscribe button.